Oh no, our Disney vacation, it's ruined.
We asked you at home.
Did you not like that?
No, you just made me laugh.
What's the deal with Disney World?
We asked you at home to ruin our Disney World trip.
How dare you?
And now we're gonna show you how to fix it.
Wish us luck. Listen, I don't care who you are, but sometimes when you're on vacation in Disney World, things happen. Disaster can strike and there is nothing you can do about it. So we reached out to our amazing Instagram followers and readers from AllEars.net and asked, what are your biggest Disney World disasters? And we filled our day with them. Today we're here at Hollywood Studios and we're gonna subject ourselves to all of these disasters. Wow, Fry Bucket, you have water and root beer?
I'm always prepared.
It's my root beer, it's fine. I really thought you were gonna throw me under the bus. You're a much better friend than I thought you were.
Hi, I'm a great friend. Now for our first point of the day, we're gonna talk about the importance of rope drop. Now rope drop is the time when a Disney park is first opening. Back in the day, cast members would hold up a rope, and when they dropped the rope, the park would be open. So that's still the term that we use. They don't use a rope anymore, but that's what it means. And especially for Hollywood Studios, many people rope drop. And all of these people right now are rope dropping, and we're all going to the same place. I bet you can guess what ride we're all going to. Our first way that you can ruin your day in Disney's Hollywood Studios is waiting until the end of the day to ride Rise of the Resistance. Let me explain why. Now, at the beginning of the day, rope drop is a great use of your time to ride the biggest, most popular attractions in Disney World, because the rope drop is when they're gonna have their lowest wait times. If you can get here early and get in line first thing, you're gonna have a shorter wait than the middle of the day, sometimes even late at night. Now, sometimes everyone in your party is not rope drop material.
Yes, I am running late. I am late today.
Sage was supposed to be with me today. He's running a little late.
That's what happens when you have a baby. You don't control your schedule. It's my Mariah Carey hand.
So I'm doing the first one by myself because I'm a rope drop kind of person. So we're gonna go ride Rise of the Resistance together. This is the most popular ride in Disney's Hollywood Studios. Maybe it's still the most popular ride in all of Disney World, that's debatable, but it is the most technologically advanced attraction. And there are a lot of things that come with that. So I need to tell you exactly when and how to ride this ride. So because we rope dropped, the wait time was only 25 minutes for Rise of the Resistance. As soon as I walked out of the ride, it now says 55. So honestly, rope drop is the way to go for this ride. This ride is amazing. I still love it. I'm actually kind of torn between Rise and Guardians being the best ride in Disney World. So, you know, everybody has different opinions, but it is an amazing attraction. I love riding it with people who've never ridden it before because I know it's coming and they don't. It's so much fun. I love it. You truly do feel like you are in the Star Wars movies, and I love that. The Kylo animatronic was working. I have not seen him working in months, and I ride this ride every single time that I'm here, so that was very exciting for me. Specifically talking about the Kylo Ren animatronic at the end, where he kind of flings around and gets hit. That one was working, but the one in the middle was not working. When you go around the corner and listen to him, the General Hux talking, and he turns around and looks at you, that one was not working. So let that just be your general PSA. This ride is very technologically advanced. It doesn't always work 100%, but Disney thinks of things way in advance, so they do have B modes for everything. Some of the animatronics are not working. It might instead be the character coming up on a screen, or maybe the animatronic just stands there and it doesn't move. Disney does have plans in place for this to try and at least make the ride still worth your time of waiting, but that is something to consider when thinking about when you want to ride this ride. Most likely, early in the morning at rope drop is when the ride is going to be at its best. Throughout the day, as it loads tons and tons of people all day long. If you wait until the end of the night, that's when you run the risk of all the animatronics not working and it all being in B mode. Also, if you wait until later in the day to ride Rise of the Resistance, you also run the risk of the ride breaking down completely. It is a trackless ride, which means a lot of tiny little things could set it off and cause the ride to shut down. So even if it's something like somebody's hat fell on the ground and it ran over a hat, it's gonna mess up the entire system. They have to reset it, and that can take a while. So that is just something to consider. I would tell you to rope drop in the morning, and then if you wanna ride it again later at night, then you can hop in line again at the very end of the day. Whether you decide to pay for it or not, you absolutely should do it on your next Hollywood Studios day. But rope drop it.
Good morning, friends. I am actually headed to Toy Story Land this morning for a very specific reason. Now, we asked you at home what some of your disasters were when you were on vacation here at Hollywood Studios. And one of them was getting in line for an outdoor attraction right before it started to rain. At Disney World, typically in the summer months, it's definitely gonna rain. Like there's no avoiding it. Specifically the afternoon showers. It's probably going to rain anywhere from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And it's not gonna rain long. It's probably gonna rain for maybe 30 minutes to an hour, but when it rains, it's gonna count. And many times with rain comes lightning and thunder. And that is typically when they start to shut outdoor rides down. For example, popular rides like a Slinky Dog Dash. Slinky Dog Dash is a family coaster attraction where you hop inside of Slinky Dog and you race around Toy Story Land. You're greeted by some of your favorite Toy Story characters like Rex and Jessie, and there's even 2 launches, which is pretty cool. Slinky Dog Dash is a very popular ride here at Hollywood Studios, specifically because it is really the only family-style coaster. I always recommend either getting the lightning lane for this attraction or rope dropping this attraction. But we really say, if you're not going to watch Fantasmic, which is a crime, if you're not going to watch it, wait to ride this attraction at night, because at night it really comes to life with the lighting and the colors. It's absolutely gorgeous. Found Fry Bucket.
Hey.
So the reason we do not get in line for outdoor attractions when you see that rain is about to show up or thunder and lightning is because they're going to potentially shut it down, and they're going to go into what cast members call a 101. And that means it's coming from us. Wink, ding, sparkle, rainbow, all right. Pixie dust. A 101 basically means there is lightning or thunder or something. They have to shut something down for a particular reason. And I learned this. It's not always just for lightning. Basically, if they say an attraction is 101, it just means it's shut down for some reason. But anytime there's an outdoor attraction, this happens a lot over at Test Track as well. If there is lightning in the area, or you see it, or it's gonna heavily rain, they will shut down the attraction for your safety. So we recommend riding Slinky Dog Dash either first thing in the morning if you're here for early entry, or we like to ride it at night if you're not watching Fantasmic, which again is a crime. Always watch Fantasmic.
Yes.
However, if you've already seen it a million times and you're doing something else, ride it at night, because it's gorgeous at night. So many lights. Anything to add?
It's really hot right now.
Good.
So ride it at night.
Solid value there. It is hot right now. Ride it at night.
Can I tell them yet?
Oh, no, you can't. Not yet. Stop it. Fry. Listen. I'm sorry.
All right, the next thing where you don't ruin your vacation, you must ride Alien Swirling Saucers.
Just don't ride Alien Swirling Saucers if it's more than 30 minutes.
Ride Alien Swirling Saucers.
Okay, enough.
It's an amazing attraction.
Buzz Lightyear mission.
Buzz agrees with me. I've started a movement. I know I have. People have told me. Justice for the aliens. I'm just kidding. I would agree with the fact that you shouldn't wait over 30 minutes for it. But it's an amazing attraction if it's a low wait, which most of the time it is. You should hop on it. Okay, I promise you it's gonna be fun. You're gonna love it.
Another huge thing that you said ruined your vacation was you got so sick on a motion simulator attraction. Now, Star Tours is no mission space, but we're gonna do our best. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Star Tours is a motion simulator attraction where you hop into a Star Wars vehicle, and the ship is actually accidentally piloted by C-3PO, who takes on a bunch of different adventures. What's super cool about this is the rewritability, because the attraction actually changes depending on when you ride it. So sometimes you could be battling Kylo Ren, or you're battling Darth Vader, or you're on Kashyyyk with the Wookiees, or you're on Endor. It's crazy. It's a lot of fun, and have you ever been the spy, the rebel spy?
Yes, I've been it once.
Oh, I've never been the rebel spy. Okay,
so cool.
Well, you can also potentially be the rebel spy, which is pretty cool. But the thing about this attraction is that it's literally a shaky box. I used to call it the shaky box attraction, where you get into a box and they move it around and they shake it. But how it works is basically you put your hand up like this. How it works, I'm the box and that's the axis, and it moves like that. So basically, the closer you sit to the center, the less movement you'll feel. But the farthest you sit on this, I did it the other day, I was in the back left corner.
Oh.
And I've never been motion sickness before. That was the first time I ever experienced motion sickness. It was crazy. So we're gonna, should we just see what happens?
Maybe we just see what happens.
See where they put us?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can ask a cast member, if possible, if it's not a crazy busy day, to sit as close to the middle as you can. So try it out. All right, so we've been put in row 1, which is the opposite of what we wanted.
Yeah.
Typically the row you want to ask for is 3 if possible. It is the middle row. There are 5 rows in each vehicle. The middle one is going to be the one that gives you the least amount of motion sickness. Oh no, I'm in the front corner. This is not good. You know those people at Disney World who are just like always ready to, you know,
I'm trying to make the cast member's life easier. I'm
do
ready.
do whatever. It's good. It's good. So we didn't get what we hoped for. We were hoping for the middle of the road. How do you feel afterwards?
I feel okay, but my tummy's a little wonky.
Yeah, we were in the very first row, all the way in the corner, and not ideal for people who are motion sickness. So, you know, make sure you read the warning. That's a big thing. When people say, "What if I get motion sickness easily?" Please read the warnings. Things like Flight of Passage, things like Mission Space that actually have a doggy bag, and ask a cast member if you can have an optimal seat for your optimal belly. I like that.
That's nice.
It's clever.
Also, if you are prone to motion sickness but you still want to ride Star Tours, maybe make that your last or one of the few last rides of the night. That way it doesn't ruin your entire day. Because if you ride it in the morning and then you're sick all day, that's going to ruin your day.
Yeah.
So maybe just save it till the end if you're nervous. Have a friend ride it for you, and then they can be like, yeah, you might be good, or yeah, you might want to skip this ride. So just things to think about.
It's a lot better to be sick in bed than sick in the sun.
Yeah.
Oh,
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
All right, the next thing that you said ruined your Disney World vacation was rope dropping low wait time attractions like Muppet Vision 3D or Star Tours.
Even though it's always worth it. Not for rope drop though.
Not for
always
rope drop.
worth it.
Not rope drop. Muppet Vision 3D is a 3D attraction all about the Muppets. They are putting on a show for you, and it's a lot of fun. You see all of your favorite Muppet characters. There's 3D elements, and it honestly is a super fun show. I'm sure Emma is jealous that we're gonna watch it right now. I will say Muppet Vision 3D is a show, so it runs about every 10 minutes. It's not really going to get much of a longer wait than that unless the park is super crowded that day, but most of the time you just have to wait until the next show is ready. So this is a great one to hit up in the afternoon when it's hot outside. You're indoors, inside in AC. It's nice to take a break. Take a little snooze if you need to. That's okay. I won't judge you. Emma might judge you, but it's okay. Get inside, take a break out of the sun. But honestly, don't do this first thing. It's gonna be a short wait all day long. So Muppet Vision really is a great show. I loved it. I haven't seen it in a while, so it was a nice little refresher. Listen, if I'm here, I'm usually doing a ride challenge.
That's true.
It's okay.
That's true.
So it's been a while since I've seen it. I do enjoy it. But again, shows or attractions with lower wait times, they're probably gonna stay in the lower range all day. So you don't wanna do that first thing. You wanna hit those big attractions like Rise of the Resistance, like we did this morning. Do that first instead of rope dropping Muppets or Star Tours.
Also, a big thing that a lot of people said is they got sick during their vacation, and the biggest thing that we see, especially during the summer months, is they get sick from dehydration. So we're here at the Backlot Express, and we're here for our free water. Backlot Express is one of my favorite places to get free water because they have the soda fountains where you can get free water. You can basically refill this as many times as you want, as long as there's not a line, or you just keep getting back in line and but hydrate or dihydrate. Yes. Hydrate. Very important. Also, shout out to Breedlove and his soft ice. Do you even think about soft ice?
Not really.
All right, well, shall we?
Let's go.
Oh my gosh, I mean that is almost talk about ruining my vacation, losing my cell phone. I guess we can talk about that.
So sometimes the inevitable happens. Maybe you set down your water bottle, maybe you lose something more important like your wallet or your phone.
Or maybe you lose something really, really important when you bought a case where your phone and your wallet are together.
That
So you lose everything.
is bad.
You lose your life.
Your entire life right there. You just almost left it at Backlot Express.
Well, not a bad place to leave it, but still.
Yeah. So first and foremost, try to retrace your steps, and hopefully you know exactly where you last saw your item that you lost. Go back to that place, talk to a cast member. Cast members are trained to where if they see something that is by itself, we think it's lost, they're going to pick it up, turn it into one of their leaders, and depending on what the item is, if it is more valuable, they will immediately take it to the front. And they collect things throughout the day. So if you lose something, talk to the cast members at that location. If that is unsuccessful, go to the front with guest services. They can check there. After that, they do take all of the lost and found to Disney Springs. So maybe it's been a day or two and you realize you lost something. Your best bet is to go to Disney Springs. That's where they keep everything. And if worst comes to worst, you can actually go online and submit a form to say something you lost, and Disney will keep an eye out for it. You describe the item. The website is called Chargerback, and honestly, I have experience with using this. My mom lost jewelry in Disney World once, and they found it for her because she was able to go online, submit the form, say exactly what it was, and Disney keeps an eye out for it, and as soon as they see it, they send you an email to say, hey, we found it, you can come pick it up, you know, that kind of thing. So Disney is really helpful. They will try their best. It's Donald. That's my true reaction. He's in his cute little sailor outfit.
You know what I've noticed lately just about the AllEars team in general? We're getting more and more excited to see characters. I was watching videos the other day and of like just Emma, and she was like, so anyway, I was like, look, it's Peter. And then you, word for word, like, so that's why Lost Importance for Donald!
Listen, I love characters. I've always been that way. I just can now verbally say it out loud and people agree with me.
Another disaster you said happened to you at Hollywood Studios. You said that you spent all of your merch budget at the front of the park instead of waiting to find all the cool things at the back of the park. Classic mistake. Right when you enter the park, you're going to see Hollywood Boulevard and Sunset Boulevard. This is where you're going to find such attractions like Hollywood Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Beauty and the Beast, and of course, your front of the park merch. Now, every Disney World park, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Magic Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios, they all have a front section that is basically dedicated to merch. And, well, Hollywood Studios is no different. For example, at Magic Kingdom, you have the Emporium. Epcot, you have Creations. But here, you're gonna see such stores as Disney & Co., as well as Keystone. We'll check out some of these stores just so you know what's in them. But these are gonna be your most basic. When I say basic, I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean your typical Disney merch that you can find anywhere, like at any Disney store. Lots of plushes, lots of pins. Spirit jerseys and ears, of course. Honestly, I know Christmas is coming up soon. I think I found it.
I have the pants. I need a sweatshirt.
It would be a cute crop top, though. Think it would fit?
I think it looks great on you.
It's a cute crop top.
It's a really cute crop top.
I think it'd be such a cute crop top. Any slogan you want to throw out there? So for our video where I trapped Breedlove in Hollywood Studios, remember when you had to choose your Kyber crystal?
Yes.
You chose yellow?
Yeah.
The audience thinks you're wrong.
I'm what?
Yes.
What do they
The audience is like, no, her aura is not yellow.
What's my aura?
Red. But like people get confused, like red is not always like,
It's not always bad.
It's born from strength and power.
Yeah. Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah, correct. That's what I said. I was like, I think that's a compliment.
We're here in Galaxy's Edge, and here is where I'm going to show you some of the more unique and fun merchandise. Here's my old work location. Just a fun little fact. I used to work at Docking Bay 7 and Katsaka's Kettle on opening team of Galaxy's Edge. I loved it. Had so much fun. But over here in the Black Spire Marketplace, there's tons of great, very unique merch that you're not going to find up at the front of the park. You'll only find it here. So in this first stall, you're gonna find all of the Batuu themed merchandise. So keychains, there's some patches, ornaments for a Life Day. 2022, those are old. But you've got some pins, got t-shirts, all of the things that say Batuu or Black Spire Outpost. Or Black Spire Outpost on them. I also am picking something out for every cast member on our team. So automatically, I'm picking this water bottle for Quincy because odds are she's lost her latest water bottle, so she's gonna need another one. So that is for Quincy. Next up, we've got some really cool stuff in this shop. Lots of helmets, Boba Fett. We've got some robes in here. Not much in this stall, but I feel like one of these. No, I'm not feeling this for anybody. Not anyone on our team specifically. Next up is the Toydarian Toy Maker, and if you want to see the Toy Maker, she's actually up in that window. I feel like Emma would like Ray. I think I'm gonna go with Ray for Emma, but we've got a lot of fun little toys here for all the little kids. We've got some games. Right away, if I'm picking something for myself, I'm taking this little guy home. I love him, I want him, I need him. So I might have to just bite the bullet and buy him for myself. That'd be really cute. And the last shop is the creature stall. This is where you're gonna find all of the creatures from anywhere. We've got some porgs, and these are super fun. They're little puppets. Let me see if I can. Oh, I do know that Sage loves this little guy. So this is for Sage. That's for Sage, so now we need something for Breedlove. I'm thinking something that looks like a dog. For his dog Daisy, I think he would like one of these creatures. He's cute. I think this is what I'm gonna pick for Breedlove. There's a lot of fun merch all over Hollywood Studios, but specifically in Galaxy's Edge, you're gonna find really cool merchandise that you can't find anywhere else. And there's also some fun Toy Story merch over at the end of Toy Story Mania. So if you're a Toy Story fan, Pixar fan, go check out that shop over there as well. One thing I do want to say about merch in Hollywood Studios, all of these stores at the front of the park have different themes. So there's a Disney basic merch store, there's a Star Wars merch store with Avengers, there's a Pixar store. So a lot of the stores in Hollywood Studios specifically, they're organized by different categories. So if you don't see what you like in the first store, keep looking. It's here somewhere, I promise. But again, the more fun souvenirs are not necessarily up at the front.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's the better souvenirs. I would say maybe the more authentic.
Unique. Yeah.
It's good. I like those words.
Yeah.
Fry Bucket. We're about to pass one of my favorite things in Disney World ever.
The DVC?
Yep, it's the Disney Vacation Club stand.
What is your favorite thing?
It's Fantasmic.
Oh, yes.
Another disaster you said that you had on your Disney World vacation here at Hollywood Studios is that you waited for over 2 hours for Fantasmic. And as we all know, 2 hours, that's some solid time to waste.
Fantasmic is the nightly show here at Hollywood Studios. It is honestly one of the best shows in Disney World.
The best.
Sorry. According to Sage,
Proceed.
it is the best show in Disney World. It's got everything you're looking for. It's got characters, it's got pyrotechnics, fireworks, lights everywhere. I don't even know what to say. There's so much in this show and it's amazing. Great storytelling. Fantasmic is an amazing story all about Mickey and his dreams, which ultimately turn into nightmares, but don't worry, Mickey will save the day. It's got a great mix of classic characters with some newer characters and villains. So it's a really great show, all around amazing. If you've never seen it before, I highly, highly recommend you watch it. Most of the time there's only one show per night here in Hollywood Studios, so you do have to make your schedule around it, but you don't necessarily need to wait a long time for it, especially 2 hours. The amphitheater where the show takes place is huge. It's gonna fit a lot of people. Of course, don't show up right at showtime because you might not make it into the show, but you also don't need to wait 2 hours either.
Side tip, find shade. Don't get sunburned. This is our big hack to avoiding your 2 hour wait for Fantasmic, because it is important to get a good seat. If you're only here for one day and you want to see the nighttime spectacular, you got to get a good seat. No getting around it. However, there is a way for you to get priority seating, and I actually don't think it's that bad. It's not that expensive. There are a couple different restaurants that you can actually pair a dining package with Fantasmic. So Mama Melrose, Sci-Fi, Hollywood and Vine, and Brown Derby. Basically, you're going to purchase a dining package. I think about 2 months ago when I did a dining package for Fantasmic, I did it at Sci-Fi, and it was about $60 just for myself. That included an appetizer, a beverage, and your entree, as well as they'll give you a little voucher, basically a little a little piece of paper that says you have priority seating. You'll show up to Fantasmic, you'll show them that voucher, and they will escort you to some of the best seats in the house, the Mickey seats, which is right in the middle, which is, I mean, you can't go wrong.
Especially if one of these restaurants was on your Disney bucket list and you've been wanting to eat here, I highly recommend doing the dining package because one, you're going to eat at that restaurant you wanted to anyways.
Yep.
For example, Hollywood and Vine, if you wanted to meet those characters, you were already planning on doing that, just book the dining package as well, and then you get a great dinner and you also get priority seating for Fantasmic. I don't think you can go wrong with that, especially if you're already planning on eating at one of those restaurants.
This next disaster breaks my heart because, say it with me, hashtag live entertainment is important. I like when other people say it. But the disaster that you sent us was that you waited too long and you missed all the shows. That's a sad day. We are here at Theater of the Stars for Beauty and the Beast Live on Stage. Beauty and the Beast Live on Stage is about a 25 to 30 minute retelling of Beauty and the Beast. Live singers, dancers, characters, they come together to retell the story of Beauty and the Beast. It's been around, this version of the show has been around for a very long time.
Loved it. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's wonderful.
Very,
I have no bias at all.
It's very emotional at the end.
Fall in love.
It's just because I think just because of the nostalgia. I like and the like the climax at the end. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You like that? It's very important to know that shows aren't, because it's live entertainment, shows aren't happening from park open to park close. We always recommend, if you're going to hit a live entertainment show, do that at peak time. When I say peak time, I mean like in the middle of the day when the sun is the hottest. You've done your must-do attractions early in the morning. You've got, we saw this for the 1 o'clock show, and Rock and Roller Coaster was a 65-minute wait. That's probably going to be the highest we see today. We'll leave the long lines to the people who really don't know any better. That's why you're watching AllEars.
Exactly.
Now you know better. But don't forget, if you want to see live entertainment, make sure you check the schedule because there's only so many shows they're going to do throughout the day. Also, if you want to get a good seat, we arrived at Beauty and the Beast 30 minutes beforehand.
There is lighting lane available for Beauty and the Beast, but for most shows, Beauty and the Beast, Frozen, I don't recommend a lighting lane. You don't necessarily need it. If you just get there about 30 minutes before show, or even 20, you can still get a really good seat. Also, pro tip for any shows that happen outdoors, like Beauty and the Beast or Indiana Jones, you can have food with you. Make it a snack time, grab yourself a snack and a drink, and eat while you're watching the show, and then you have more time for rides later. So as long as it's outdoors, you can eat in the show.
Boom. Vacation officially not ruined.
Yeah.
Avoided the ruin.
Yeah. Now, the next one that you said ruined your Disney World vacation, specifically here in Hollywood Studios, is that you didn't get Genie Plus.
Ooh.
Yikes. Now, Genie Plus is Disney's skip the line service. We don't always recommend it for every single park, but for a park like Hollywood Studios with big heavy hitter rides, we do recommend it if you want to make sure you get everything done. Especially because there are not as many attractions here in Hollywood Studios. That's why the lines are so long all the time. So if you do choose to purchase Genie Plus for your Hollywood Studios stay, that is the best way to see all the shows, ride all the rides, meet all the characters, and end your night with Fantasmic. We do have a bunch of videos showing you exactly how to use Genie Plus here in Hollywood Studios with the best tips and strategies, so be sure and go check those out after this video.
And now for our mandatory Genie Plus spiel. If we don't, people get mad at us.
Yeah, we gotta tell them.
There are 3 different versions of Genie that you can use. The first Genie service is the free version, but it's just an itinerary. It's basically a suggestion itinerary to tell you, hey, this has a short line. Might try writing it now. Then there's the most popular, and that's Genie Plus. That's your pay to skip the line fee. It is a date-based fee based on the capacity of the park. So we've seen it go on busy days as high as up to $35. You can use Genie Plus for most attractions, but not all, and that's when individual lightning lane comes into play. That's going to be your third option. That's your fee on top of Genie Plus for your big, heavy hitter attractions. Why are you angry right now?
Rock and Roller Coaster is my mortal enemy.
Why?
Because every time I try try to do a ride challenge, it doesn't go well for me, and it's always because of Rock and Roller Coaster.
That's right. Well, because of one reason and one reason alone.
Mm-hmm. The single rider line.
That's right. This one actually came from Instagram, and it made me laugh because there was no, there was no story. There was no. It just literally said, "I ruined my vacation because of single rider on Rock and Roller Coaster."
No, same.
I get it. I get it. Rock and Roller Coaster is a high thrill coaster attraction where you are given backstage passes by Aerosmith and his manager, and you are zooming through the city to get to his concert on time. Currently, it is the only coaster attraction that goes upside down, so it is a heavy hitter. It is a really cool launch, but it is often going to be a pretty high wait. However, they do have a single rider line. It's something to note about the single rider line. No matter what, you will be separated from your party. If you do opt for the single rider line, just be aware of that. It's not just going to be something to make the line shorter. Now, does it make the line shorter, Fry?
No, it makes it longer.
Basically, you are the filler. If there's a party of 3, and Rock and Roller Coaster seats 2 per car. They're gonna put 2. They're gonna put the 3rd member in that party, and then they're gonna add you. So there is no telling how long or short a single rider line is going to be. Single rider lines are all over Disney World property, but it's not as common as you think. So you're thinking, hey, single rider, that's awesome. Test Track, for example, single rider, that's awesome. Amazing. But Rock and Roller Coaster tends to be the exact same, if not longer, wait as the standby line. However, in a different video, I trapped Breedlove here in the Hollywood Studios, and the single rider here was 5 minutes with I think it was like a 45-minute wait. Interesting, right? So don't count on your single rider line being actually shorter than the standby. Know that it's going to be inconsistent, and know that here of all places, it's probably going to be long.
However, there is a single rider line here in this park that almost guarantee you. I've never waited more than 5 minutes.
Don't tell them what it is.
They're my friends. We have to tell them the secret.
We should surprise them. Want to surprise them?
We'll tell you in a second.
Let's go.
Okay.
Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. That is the attraction we're talking about. It almost always. I've never had it fail yet, and I'm sure today is going to be that day, because that's how life works. And knock on wood, or Star Wars metal. But I've always had a significantly short wait. I've never waited more than 5 minutes in the single rider line, so we're going to test it out today. Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run is a motion simulator attraction where you are asked to hop into the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon and pilot it to Corellia to steal coaxium, which is power. It's a power source. What's cool about this attraction is that you are given roles, whether it be pilot, gunner, or engineer. If you're in the single rider line, you will probably be asked to be engineer because it's the last to be filled. I've only ever been a gunner and an engineer when in the single rider line. But unlike Mission Space, where you are doing tasks, and no matter if you do the task or not, it'll still happen. It'll say, autopilot engaged or whatever. This is more of a video game. So you are actually flying the Millennium Falcon. The pilots have the ability to go up, down, left, right. You are actually blasting the coaxium. It's a lot of fun, but I always say Mission Space walked, so Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run could, run. Just like I thought, it worked. Only 3 minutes in the single rider line, but before I was being sorted into, my group. I was asked to be an engineer again, so lots of fun. Family I was with did not know how to control it, so I don't think we did the best, but we had a good time. Before we wrap this up, while we're in Galaxy's Edge, I feel like we should talk about our final disaster. And this one always makes me laugh. The disaster you said that ruined your vacation is that you completely filled up on normal food like popcorn and chicken tenders, and you didn't get to eat any of the cool Hollywood Studios specific food.
Hollywood Studios has so many amazing snacks that are very unique, and you need to know about them and you need to eat them. Number one, my favorite thing ever in Hollywood Studios, in Galaxy's Edge, I used to make it. I was back in the kitchen making them, and I still eat them every time I'm here. That is a Ronto wrap. I do love them. They're super fun. I've learned how to make them at home, so I eat them all the time. But there's also plenty of other iconic snacks around Hollywood Studios. You've got the tachos at Woody's Lunchbox. You've got Lunchbox tarts. at Woody's Lunchbox. You've got the Galaxy's Edge Outpost popcorn mix here as well. So there's a bunch of snacks all around.
The hot chicken tibia at Docking Bay 7,
Yes.
my personal favorite.
Nothing wrong with the basic chicken tenders and french fries. Those are great, and sometimes you need it for those picky eaters. But I will say for the more adventurous people who want to go out and try something new, I highly recommend Docking Bay 7. I'm a little biased though, that's where I worked on the college program. But even places like Docking Bay 7, even though they might sound like weird items, most of the time it is food that you're used to. So you're in Disney World, try new things. If you need any suggestions, you can also go check out our friends at Disney Food Blog. They know food like the back of their hand, specifically Disney food. So check out our website as well, AllEars.net. We have reviews of every single place on Disney World property to get food. So if you need help, go check out our reviews.
Yes, especially, but we know Star Wars food like the back of our hand.
Yes, we
Hey,
do.
that's new.
Oh my goodness. All right, I did end up getting a Ronto wrap. This is pita bread with slices of pork sausage, coleslaw, peppercorn sauce. It is beautiful, it's wonderful. I will talk about this until the day I die. I love Ronto wraps, but I will say sometimes they can be a little inconsistent when you order them. So this is a great Ronto wrap. This is the ones that look like I made.
Sage recommendation, ask for more peppercorn sauce.
Ah, true, you can't ask for more sauce.
And it literally, it's a game changer.
It is. And it looks like somebody's out right now.
Mandalorian.
So again, this is another roaming character, but he can't really roam right now. So just be aware, snap your pic, say hello, and then let other people get a turn because this is really cool. And I wish he could walk around more, but he's a little trapped right now.
Literally, there's a wall. It's a wall of people.
It's
You cannot move.
yeah, it's a wall of people. He can't go anywhere. He's supposed to roam and walk around this area of the land. So
He's trying to.
his helpers gonna help out with that. But let's eat this Ronto wrap.
It's a good day. We found an umbrella and a seat, which hardly ever happens in Galaxy's Edge. It's Ronto wrap time. All right. So you've got the Ronto wrap and the Tatooine Sunset.
Yes. First off, we've got Tatooine Sunset. This is a non-alcoholic little fun beverage. So if your kiddos need a fun little drink that's, not water, not soda, this is actually unsweet tea, lemonade with melon and blueberry. So it's a cool little drink. I like it. It's honestly not too sweet. It's just got a tiny little bit of sweetness. It's not going to overload your kids with sugar or you with sugar. You can drink this as well. It's not a kid's drink. But this is the Tatooine Sunset. I do love this. Also make this at home. So refreshing. It's nice. Sometimes you don't always want an alcoholic beverage, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think this is a great way. Unless you're Sage.
No, I'm kidding. No, I don't always want an alcoholic beverage.
Now it's time for the Ronto wrap. I've already explained what it is. I'm just gonna eat it.
Before she eats, she always sings that Ronto wrap jingle.
Yes. Even if I'm not eating a Ronto wrap. It is so good. The combination, softness from the pita, crunchiness from the slaw, the peppercorn sauce. I know, I say this all the time. Ronto wraps are amazing. There are some times when you do get an inconsistent Ronto wrap, and I'm so sorry for that. But when you get a good one, it's a good one.
Overall, I felt just eating your Ronto.
You got it from here.
Yeah. Overall, I felt like we did a pretty good job of avoiding the disasters you guys threw at us. Honestly, solid work. Great job, all of you at home.
If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe.
Now go watch me try to avoid every disaster you throw at me over at Epcot. Bye.